Welcome to the inaugural season of Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball, presented by Active Family Chiropractic, Edward Jones, Gresham Ford, Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, the Gresham Police Officers Association, Lucky Pint, Metro East Web Academy, Northwest Accounting Partners, Olympic Gym, Riverview Community Bank, and State Farm. And now it's time.
Welcome back to Kelowna for Game 2 of a 3-game series between the Kelowna Falcons and your Gresham Grey Wolves. I'm Fletcher Like, and I'll be calling the action here in Kelowna as the Grey Wolves look to extend their second half win streak from 1 game to 2 game. The second half of the season is in full swing as the Grey Wolves put the first half of the season behind them and started anew with a win to open up the second half, chasing a coveted playoff spot in the West Coast League. The Grey Wolves enter the game with a series of 12-16 and are 5.5 games back of South Division leaders Corvallis. Before we get started on tonight's game and line runs in the 4th inning, just as I said, on 4 hits, all with 2 outs. Ryan Smith, the center fielder, started off the 2-out rally with a double. Left fielder Mark Cardinale then scored Ryan Smith on a single. Ryan Rodriguez moved Cardinale to third base on a double, and Ben Clanky cleared the bases on a single to right field. That set up the 3 runs scored in the inning, and that was the only 3 runs needed for the Grey Wolves as Spud Heidemann pitched one of his best performances of his baseball career here in Kelowna. Heidemann kept the lead for the rest of the game in his 9 innings of work, a complete game for Spud. We will take a break and then come back and talk about tonight's lineup and starter Rylan Luchuk, starting 2-0 in the season, and go over to the starting lineups for both teams here. You're listening to Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford.
Welcome back to The last performance for Rylan Luchuk came against Kitsap as he pitched 7 full innings, allowing only 1 hit and a walk, striking out 5, facing 22 batters in the contest. That was on June 30th. On June 22nd, he pitched at Cowlitz. The June 30th game was at Kitsap. The June 22nd game against Cowlitz was a 7-5 win for the Grey Wolves, in which Rylan Luchuk pitched 7 innings, allowed 4 hits, and struck out 4, facing 25 batters, accumulating a 0.00 ERA as no runners have crossed the plate when Rylan Luchuk is pitching. He pitched in Kelowna against Kelowna on June 17th, pitched 3 innings of work in a 3-2 win over the Falcons, allowing only 2 hits and facing 11 batters in relief. And Rylan Luchuk will be backed by a lineup with Dylan Doherty leading off for the Grey Wolves. He'll be playing shortstop and wearing number 2. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will be DHing wearing number 6 for the Grey Wolves. At third base will be number 8 Jack Johnson out of the University of Washington. In center field, number 13 is Ryan Smith. At first base, wearing number 34 is Nick Snyder. In right field, the UC Santa Barbara product, Josh Adams. In left field, number 25 is Mark Cardinale. Behind the plate, number 35, Matt Caro. And playing second base, number 1 is Michael Breen. The girls will face off against Jordan Reagan. Reagan out of Western Nevada University, a 6'2 lefty. Just finished up his freshman year at Western Nevada. Rylan Luchek will face off against the Kelowna Falcons, throwing up a lineup of Chandler Robertson in center field, Lane Lacrone at second base, Vaughn Chapin behind the plate, AJ Sawyer in right field, Bowen Ogata at first, Max Carter is DHing, and Brent Sita is in left. Michael Ciancio is at third base, and Tevin Mitchell is at shortstop. We'll take a break here, and the two national anthems are being played here in Kelowna. You're listening to Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Coming out on the field, having our throw our first pitch. Rob, I understand that this is a special day.
It is a very special day. We do have a first pitch coming out tonight. It is our biggest Falcon fan from the other side of the country, all the way from Newmarket, Ontario.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Good job, Dad.
Sorry about that, folks. The Point Street guys. Grey Wolves are looking to win Game 2 and Game 3 of this Game 2 and the series of this 3-game series between the Grey Wolves and the Falcons. Both teams are in second to last place in their respective divisions of the West Coast League, as the Grey Wolves are 12-16 and the Falcons are 13-15 here early in the second half of the season. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. leads the Grey Wolves with a batting average with .337 clip. He has 30 hits on the season and 4 doubles with a triple. Ryan Smith, the center fielder, has 5 doubles with 29 hits and is hitting .326. Leadoff batter Dylan Doherty is hitting .214 with 9 hits in the season and 2 doubles, as he'll step into the left-handed batter's box here in Kelowna, as first pitch is just about to be underway from the lefty Reagan. First pitch is a ball. First pitch time 6:38. The temperature of 70 degrees here in Kelowna. Spitting rain a little bit with a 1-0 count. The delivery is a fastball outside for ball 2. So quickly 2-0 to Dylan Doherty, wearing number 2. Grey Wolves are in black tops tonight. Their gray pants. The 2-0 pitch is high and outside for ball 3. Quickly 3-0 here to Dylan Doherty. The 3-0 pitch from the windup is Reagan. It's a fastball right over the heart of the plate for strike number 1. 3-0 count. Dylan Doherty was not going to be swinging on that pitch. Make the pitcher throw you a strike. The 3-1 pitch is a ball outside. Dylan Doherty thought he was going to get a strike call from the home plate umpire. Kind of waited for the strike call and then realized it was going to be called a ball. So now he's trotting over to home first base as Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will step into the batter's box wearing number 6 for the Grey Wolves, as they're wearing their gray pants with black socks here in Kelowna. Kelowna is wearing red tonight. They wore navy blue last night, as both teams have gone to different colored jerseys here in Game 2 of the series. Bunt shown by Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., and the ball is just going to get foul off of the right-hander's bat. As we said, it was spitting rain here earlier in Kelowna, but it looks like it might have dried up a little bit. The sun's trying to peek through the clouds here. It's pretty gray, but there's still some sun's cracking through the light here in Kelowna. Throw over from Reagan to first base is not in time to get Dylan Doherty after his walk. Grey Wolves didn't get a base runner last game as the 0-1 pitch is bunted towards the first baseline. It's a fair ball, and it's going to be an out at first base. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. sacrificing himself to move Dylan Doherty over. Grey Wolves didn't get a base runner until the 3rd inning last night. Ryan Rodriguez singling, opening up the game for the Grey Wolves. A multi-hit game for Ryan Rodriguez. 2 hits and a sacrifice with a strikeout, so going 2 for 4 in the contest. First pitch to Jack Johnson, the new batter. Right-handed batter's box is a strike on the outside part of the plate for strike number 1. 1 out with Dylan Doherty down at second base after the sacrifice by Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. Dylan Doherty, not a big lead over at second base, and Jack Johnson's going to swing over the top of a changeup there. Now it's going to be 0-2 with 1 out here in the first. Jack Johnson out of the University of Washington, redshirting this last season for the Huskies. University of Washington battling with Utah all season for the Pac-12 title. The 0-2 pitch swung on. High chopper just fouled on the third baseline as third baseman Ciancio will grab it in foul territory and throw it back over to the pitcher. Dylan Doherty got 1 single last night. He was 1 for 5. Didn't get his hit until the 9th inning. So good to see Dylan Doherty on base as the 0-2 pitch is a changeup outside for ball number 1 with a 1-2 count now to Jack Johnson. So good to see Dylan Doherty on base early here for the Grey Wolves. Get a good sign to get your leadoff batter on early in the game, make a statement. Continue to get base runners on in the game. The 1-2 pitch is low, ball 2, excuse me. So it's evened up 2-2 now. 1 out. Dylan Doherty down at second base at the University of Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo. Beautiful town there in California. It's a beautiful town here in Kelowna. It's set inside mountains with a lake on the outside of the town. The 2-2 pitch is outside for ball number 3. So Jack Johnson's evened it up, rung it up full now with 1 out in the inning after going down 0-2 and fouling off a pitch. So 3 straight balls from the pitcher, Reagan. Full count now. Coming set is Reagan. 3-2 pitches fouled off to the back of the backstop. Still a full count. Jack Johnson waving his bat. 3-2 pitches high for ball 4. So 2 walks here in the inning for the Grey Wolves. Put runners on first and second base. A long, good at bat there for Jack Johnson. Seeing a lot of pitches, seeing some changeups, seeing some curveballs, and seeing Reagan's fastball. So Jack Johnson getting a good look at the starter here for Kelowna as Ryan Smith, the center fielder for the Grey Wolves, will step into the batter's box. Dig in, step back out, readjust his gloves. Hit the bat on the toes of his cleats and step back into the batter's box and get ready for the pitch from Reagan. Runners on first and second, Jack Johnson at first and Dylan Doherty at second base. First pitch is inside for strike number 1. Ryan Smith looking back at the umpire and asking where that one was, as he'll look for the second pitch from Reagan. Second pitch is belt high outside part of the plate for strike number 2, and Ryan Smith shakes his head again, not liking that call. It's 0-2 now, and maybe the discussion after the first pitch called that one a strike by the umpire. Just a little bit of spite there as Reagan will step back towards second and not throw the ball down to Dylan Doherty at second base, who backpedaled just in time. No throw, though, so he was fine over there, Dylan Doherty. Jack Johnson's lead bigger than Dylan Doherty's, as Ryan Smith will take the 0-2 pitch deep into right center field. It's going to get down the warning track. Ryan Smith chucking for 2, and Jack Johnson's right on Dylan Doherty's tail, and it's going to be 2 runs on a double by Ryan Smith here with 1 out in the first inning, as the Grey Wolves put 2 up in the board with 1 hit.
Next up for Gresham, first baseman Nick Snyder.
A great piece of hitting there from Ryan Smith, going down 0-2 early in the count. So a double by Ryan Smith opens this one up early in the game. And last night the Grey Wolves only needed 3 runs to win the ball game. So putting up 2 early in the game could be a statement here in Kelowna, and could put a stamp on an early lead here for the Grey Wolves. Nick Snyder steps into the batter's box and sees a first pitch changeup built high in the outer part of the plate for strike number 1, with Ryan Smith down at second base. Nick Snyder, the right-handed batter. Reagan, the left-handed pitcher. The 0-1 pitch is skied high out of play onto the road here that hugs the field down the first baseline.
For all your auto glass repair needs, think Crystal Glass.
A good crowd here, even with the threat of rain here in Kelowna. Nick Snyder, wearing number 34, stepping into the batter's box. He's going to swing and reach out the 0-2 pitch, and he's going to slap it foul down towards the Kelowna bullpen and dugout. Still 0-2, but the last time there was an 0-2 count. Ryan Smith smacked one in a deep right center field, and Jack Johnson earned a walk, seeing 4 more balls. Nick Snyder lines one right at the third baseman, and Ryan Smith is going to get doubled up by Ciancio, throwing over to Lacrone for a 5-4 double play here to end the inning. So Reagan gets out of a jam there after Ryan Smith's double on Nick Snyder's good piece of hitting that was caught and doubled up on the line drive. We'll be back here to talk about Rylan Luchuk coming out on the mound to start here in Kelowna, facing the Kelowna Falcons for the second time all season. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Osland Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark!
The Gresham Grey Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a howlin' time.
Howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
So Chandler Robertson will step into the batter's box here for the Kelowna Falcons to lead off the bottom of the first inning here as the Grey Wolves lead 2-0 after 2 walks, a walk, a sacrifice, a walk, and a double by Ryan Smith. Led off the Grey Wolves' 2-run first inning here in Kelowna. Ryan Luchuk on the mound for the Grey Wolves, and he's going to throw a first pitch fastball outside for ball number 1. Ryan Luchuk, University of Corbin University down in Salem, Oregon. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball inside for strike number 1. Chandler Robertson at a Murray State College, and he's going to swing and foul off the 1-1 pitch out of play over the top of the Grey Wolves dugout. So it's going to be 1-2 here for Rylan Luchuk. Last time Rylan Luchuk pitched, he only allowed 1 hit in the game. 7 innings of work against Kitsap. 1-2 pitch is fouled off Chandler Robertson's back leg. He's a left-handed batter, so off his left foot. Chandler Robertson playing center field. The 1-2 pitch is outside for ball number 2. So it's going to be 2-2 count now for Rylan Luchuk facing the left-handed batter, Chandler Robertson. 2-2 pitches left side. Diving play by Dylan Doherty is thrown over and scooped up by Nick Snyder for out number 1. A great sliding play over there by Dylan Doherty on his behind to make the throw over to first base. A great strong throw deep in the hole by Dylan Doherty out of Cal Poly to get Chandler Robertson at first base. That'll bring up Lane LaCrone out of Colorado State Mesa here in Kelowna. Ryan Luchuk throwing just 5 pitches in that at-bat. First pitch from Luchuk is skied high inside the middle of the infield. Dylan Doherty's going to call everybody off. Jack Johnson and Michael Breen, the second baseman and third baseman. Jack Johnson, the third baseman. Michael Breen, the second baseman. All converging on that ball with Dylan Doherty. Dylan Doherty calling everybody off and putting back Lane LaCrone to the dugout. That'll bring up Vaughn Chapin. Vaughn Chapin out of Middle Tennessee. In the first pitch from Ryan Luchuk is going to be called strike on the outside part of the plate for strike number 1. 2 outs early for Ryan Luchuk. 0-1 pitch is high and outside for ball number 1. Ryan Luchuk comes set from the windup with his glove over his head, looking through the crook of his left arm, his glove hand, as the 1-1 pitch is skied into foul territory on the first baseline. And a diving play by Josh Adams is not in time, just getting underneath his glove. The 1-1 pitch fouled off. So it's going to be 1-2 now for Ryan Luchuk after the fantastic effort by big boy Josh Adams down in right field. Vaughn Chapin behind the plate tonight from Middle Tennessee. Came in last night as the 1-2 pitch bounces and hits Matt Carroll, the Gresham Grey Wolves catcher, in the mask. Chapin came in for a pinch hit for Anterchak last night as the 2-2 pitch is fouled off into the back screen here in Kelowna. Two pitch is going to be a fastball called strike 3 here as Ryan Luchuk is going to set him down in order 1, 2, 3 here in Kelowna as we'll go to the top of the second inning here in Kelowna as the Grey Wolves lead 2-0 after putting a 2 spot up on the board early here in Kelowna. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Bum ba da dum da da dum. You are on a quest full of danger and excitement, your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Welcome back to Kelowna as the Grey Wolves will begin the second inning here, leading 2-0 after putting up 2 runs in the first inning. After Dylan Doherty walked and was moved over to second base, Jack Johnson got walked, and then Ryan Smith brought them all in on a double. As Josh Adams, the right fielder, will step into the batter's box here to begin the second inning. Josh Adams will look at a first pitch ball inside. So it's going to be 1-0 early here. As Josh Adams out of UC Santa Barbara will step into the batter's box. UC Santa Barbara, that magical run to Omaha. As the 1-0 pitch is fouled out of play and out of the ballpark, landing in some cargo boxes in the adjacent lot. The 1-1 pitch, the curveball is going to be slapped up the middle, a hot shot, as Josh Adams is going to get on base with a leadoff single here for the Grey Wolves.
Next up for Gresham, left fielder Mark Cardinale.
That'll bring up Mark Cardinale playing in left field tonight. Cardinale out of UC Davis, 6'2", 205. And that 205 might be a little low. He's a big, muscular guy. Might be 210, 215 as the first pitch is just check swinged foul into the bouncing hand of the catcher Chapin. Josh Adams over at first base. 0-1 pitch is skied into right center field. Center fielder Robertson is going to go over and make the catch, and Josh Adams will retreat back to first base after the fly out by Mark Cardinale. That'll bring up Matt Caro. Matt Caro out of Columbia.
Matt Caro.
Columbia University, known for their academics as well as some of their athletic programs. Baseball program producing many Major League and minor league baseball players. Matt Caro's first pitch from Reagan is a curveball in the dirt for ball number 1. Caro discussing with me that one of his friends from Columbia plays for the Boise Hawks, shore day season team that played against the Volcanoes, Salem Kaiser Volcanoes. Neighbors of the Grey Wolves down in Salem. Caro hoping that he can go see some games. The 1-0 pitch swung on. 2-chopper. Third baseman Ciancio makes the grab on the 2 bounces and makes a turnaround throw to first base and gets Caro at first for the second out of the inning. Ciancio, ranging to his left, looked towards second base, saw that there was no play, did a complete 270-degree turn to his left, counterclockwise, and made a throw to first base to get Caro in time. As Michael Breen, the right-handed second baseman, will step into the batter's box. He's played all over the diamond, second base, third base, and shortstop, as the first pitch to Breen is low for ball one. Michael Breen out of San Jose State. San Jose State down in California. As the second pitch, the 1-0 pitch, is skied into the netting here in the backstop here in Kelowna. It's going to be 1-1 now with 2 outs, and Josh Adams at second base. Michael Breen playing second base tonight with Dylan Doherty at short, and Reagan will pick up his right leg and turn towards second base, but not throw the ball. He'll just trot over towards second base and make Josh Adams go back. Josh Adams not a threat on the bases like Ryan Smith or Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. would be. So Reagan most likely just making sure that Josh Adams isn't getting too much of a lead in which he would score on a single. So this is more of a attempt to keep Adams from scoring, as the 1-1 pitch is just outside for ball 2. So 2-1 now for Michael Breen. Reagan keeping Adams at second base, ensuring that he doesn't score on a play. Josh Adams trying to get as big of a lead at second base as he can get. Dancing around at second base, trying to bluff, as Michael Breen's going to lace one into center field, but Chandler Robertson is going to go down and make a catch, shoestring catch on the run to retire aside for the Grey Wolves. So 1 hit, 1 left on base, no errors, and no runs scored for the Grey Wolves, as we'll head to the bottom of the second inning with the Grey Wolves leading 2-0 here in Kelowna. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Osland Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark!
Turn a double play with the Gresham Grey Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a howlin' time.
Welcome back to Kelowna as AJ Sawyer steps into the batter's box for the Falcons, as the first pitch from Ryan Luchuk gets all the way to the backstop for ball number 1. Ryan Luchuk wearing number 7 tonight, as the second pitch from Luchuk is inside for ball number 2. 2-0 pitch. It's a fastball low for strike number 2. Strike number 1. Makes it a 2-1 count. Second pitch from the fourth pitch from Luchuk is a strike. Thigh high in the outer part of the plate for strike number 2. It's going to be 2-2 now with no outs. Ryan Luchuk working quickly. 2-2 pitch is skied into shallow foul territory on the first baseline, and Nick Snyder will get underneath it for out number 1. Quickly making work of the Falcons is Rylan Luchuk.
And make some noise for first baseman Bowen Ogata.
That'll bring up Bowen Ogata. Ogata out of Mount Hood Community College, where the Grey Wolves play their baseball, their home baseball games. Away from home right now, as Ryan Luchuk will deliver a curveball for strike number 1 here to Ogata. Ogata hitting 250 as he looks at the 0-1 pitch outside for ball number 1. 1-1 count now from Ryan Luchuk to Ogata. Ogata slaps the 1-1 pitch into foul territory, into the bleachers, metal bleachers down the first baseline. Fans having to duck out of the way from that foul ball. So 1-2 now, 1 out. Grey Wolves lead 2-0. As the 1-2 pitch is going to get down the left field line for a single for Ogata. He's going to try to get it into a double. The throw from the left fielder Cardinale is not in time, so it's going to be a double for Ogata here in the second, with the Grey Wolves leading 2-0.
Next up for your Kelowna Falcons, the designated hitter. Put your hands together.
That'll bring up Max Carter, the designated hitter for the Falcons out of Cal State Bakersfield. Bakersfield playing against Seattle and Grand Canyon University in the Western Athletic Conference. A couple Seattle players and Grand Canyon University players here for both teams. As Ryan Luchuk will come set. And the first pitch is going to be popped into foul territory. Exact same spot as last time, and Nick Snyder's going to get underneath it again for out number 2. So Ogata's at second base after his double, but 2 pop-ups to the first baseman, Nick Snyder, in foul territory are the 2 outs of the inning. Bringing up Brent Sita, playing in left field tonight. Played catcher last night, as it looks like he's a multi-use player for the Falcons. Brent Sita out of San Jose State, teammates with Michael Breen, the second baseman for the Grey Wolves, as the first pitch is a fastball over the heart of the plate for strike number 1. Brent Sita hitting 257 for the Falcons, as Ryan Luchuk will attempt to get out of this inning with just that 1 hit. Luchuk coming set. Glove at his chest, deliver, and it's going to be a grounder left side. It's going to get over the top of Dylan Doherty's glove, and Ogata is going to be held at second base, much to the displeasure of the fans here. But a great throw from Mark Cardinale into the cutoff man, Jack Johnson, the third baseman, kept Ogata from scoring there. As Ryan Luchuk will move, get runners on first and third now after what will most likely go down as a hit for Brent Sita. Dylan Doherty unable to read that one. A bad hop there as he attempted to get that one on his backhand with his glove at his shoulder. First pitch from Ryan Luchuk to Michael Ciancio is a ball low. That one is going to be the 1-0 pitch is going to be lined right at Dylan Doherty. He's going to go to both knees. He's going to put his glove on the ground in between his legs, and he's going to catch that one in the air for an out. Michael Breen had moved over to second base, attempting and ready for a throw from Dylan Doherty, but it was unneeded as the Grey Wolves get out of that one. Ryan Luchuk allowing 2 hits in the inning, but nothing hurt there as the Grey Wolves escaped the second inning, still leading 2-0 here. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is at home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your local
Bum ba dum dum da dum dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum,
Welcome
bum,
back to
bum.
Grey Wolves baseball here in Kelowna as the Grey Wolves lead 2-0 here in the top of the third inning. As Dylan Doherty will look at a first pitch ball here to open up the third inning. The 1-0 pitch is outside again for ball number 2. So 2 quick pitches from Reagan are both balls as Dylan Doherty ahead in the count early here as the 2-0 pitch is inside. Elbow high, and it's going to call it strike. So 2-1 now here in the third inning. As the 2-1 pitch is fouled into the netting here behind the backstop. The 2-2 pitch is skied into left field, and it's going to be caught just before the foul ball line by Sita for out number 1. Dylan Doherty going down on the F7.
Jeffrey Mitchell.
That'll bring up Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. Sacrifices last at bat. Now with 1 out, he's going to swing at the first pitch he sees, and he's going to lace it in between the first baseman and the second baseman for a single. Great piece of hitting, seeing the first pitch he saw. As the Grey Wolves players most likely discussing, jump on him early. He's trying to throw strikes if it's a strike swing. As that curveball didn't break from lefty Reagan. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. put it where there was nobody. Now it's in the grass in front of right fielder Sawyer. Jack Johnson now stepping into the right-hand batter's box. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. bluffing on the steal, not going as the first pitch is a ball to Jack Johnson. Reagan comes set, 1-0, swung on, high fly ball, foul territory. First baseman just getting over to it, Ogata in front of his dugout. The extended fencing between the dugout hut, about 10 feet from the hut awning to where the fence is, and Ogata is just able to get it. So a pop out in foul territory to the first baseman. Ogata is the second out of the inning here for the Grey Wolves as Ryan Smith now steps into the batter's box with Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. over at first base. Ryan Smith doubling in his last at-bat, scoring Dylan Doherty and Jack Johnson. As a throw over to first base from Reagan to keep Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. there. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. with speed. He has 9 stolen bases, leads the team in stolen bases. Ryan Smith has 8 as the first pitch from Reagan is low, a curveball for ball number 1. Michael Breen and Ryan Smith with 8 steals, and Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. with 9 lead the Grey Wolves with a total of 33 stolen bases. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball right below the knee for strike number 1. 1-1 now. 2 outs as the Grey Wolves lead 2-0 here in Kelowna. Ryan Smith waving his bat. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. takes off, a high pitch out, but but Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is going to be safe at second base. A foot first slide by Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. as a throw from Chapin was on target, but not in time to get the speedy Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., who just went into double digits for steals on the season. So Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is in scoring position with Ryan Smith at the plate, doubling his last at-bat, and he's going to slap the 2-1 pitch into the high netting here of the backstop. It's 2-2 now, with 2 outs. The Grey Wolves lead 2-0. A bunch of 2s on the board, and 0s on the bottom for the home team, Kelowna. 2-2 pitch, slapped over the top of Michael Pena, the first base coach's head, as it'll get on the warning track of the foul ball in foul territory. 2-2. As Reagan will come and get his sign from his catcher Chapin, and then come set quickly. So Ryan Smith will look at the pitcher, and he will look at a curveball in the dirt for ball number 3. So he's gotten the count full here against Reagan, with Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. at second base after stealing second base after a single. Ryan Smith is going to plaster one into the foul territory out of play on that full count pitch. So it's a full count with 2 outs. The Grey Wolves are leading 2-0 after scoring 2 runs in the first. Dylan Doherty walking, Jack Johnson walking, and Ryan Smith doubling to score both Johnson and Doherty. Full count pitch is outside, and it's going to be a walk. So the third walk by Reagan puts very speedy runners on the bases. 18 total stolen bases on the base paths right now between 2 runners as Nick Snyder steps into the batter's box. Nick Snyder lining into a double play in his last at-bat. And he's going to swing at the first pitch he sees. It's going to be a high fly ball. Right field. A.J. Sawyer's going to get underneath it for the Kelowna Falcons and retire the side. As the Grey Wolves leave 2 base runners on after 1 hit. But nothing going for the Grey Wolves here in the 3rd inning as Ryan Luchek will come back out to the mound here to face the Falcons in the bottom of the 3rd inning. You're listening to Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark!
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here as Ryan Luchuk comes back out for the 3rd inning as the Grey Wolves lead 2-0 here in Kelowna. Brings up the shortstop Tevin Mitchell here in the 3rd as Grey Wolves lead 2-0. Ryan Luchuk coming set out of the windup, and he's going to deliver a first pitch strike. Tevin Mitchell swinging through it. A little bit of an off-speed pitch there, not Ryan Luchuk's fastest fastball. As the 0-1 pitch is fouled into the glove of Matt Caro. It's going to be 0-2 early here for Ryan Luchuk to the number 9 batter, Tevin Mitchell. The 0-2 pitch is way outside. A chaser pitch that Ryan Luchuk was unable to get Tevin Mitchell swinging on. Tevin Mitchell out of UC Santa Barbara, teammates with Josh Adams, the right fielder for the Grey Wolves, as the 1-2 pitch is fouled high into the netting here in Kelowna. One-two count, no outs. Grey Wolves lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. 1-2 pitch is laced, but Josh Adams read that one off the bat like a book and was able to run in and catch that one. He was moving almost before the ball was even hit, as he was running in quickly to catch that one. 1 out early, bringing up Chandler Robertson, the center fielder for the Falcons. Chandler Robertson with the .306 batting average with 15 hits on the season. 2 RBIs. He's worked 7 walks and stolen 1 base. The first pitch is a changeup swung on and missed by Robertson. As Chandler Robertson grounded out to the shortstop, Dylan Doherty, in his first at-bat. And the curveball is going to paint the black here on the outer part of the plate to the lefty Chandler Robertson. Right-handed pitcher facing left-handed batter Robertson. As Ryan Luchuk is ahead early, as the 0-1 pitch is fouled off. It's going to be 0-2 quickly here with 1 out. Ryan Luchuk working fast and efficiently here in Kelowna. 7:19, just turning 7:20 here in Kelowna. As the sun is still behind the gray, as Chandler Robertson laces one deep right field, but Josh Adams is able to track it and catch it for out number 2. So 2 putouts for Josh Adams here off of Chandler Robertson's bat and Tevin Mitchell's bat, both into right field. 1 shallow right and 1 very deep right field, as Josh Adams caught that one with 2 steps before the warning track. Brings up Lane Lacrone, second baseman for the Falcons. The first pitch from Ryan Luchuk paints the inside part of the plate for strike number 1. Lacrone hitting .286 on the season with 26 hits, 2 doubles, and 8 RBIs. As the 0-1 pitch is fouled in the inning, it's going to be 0-2 now. As Lane Lacrone will step back into the right-handed batter's box, wearing his blue stirrups, white pants, and red tops for the Falcons. As the 0-2 pitch is skied deep left center field. Ryan Smith running underneath it, and he's going to make a fantastic catch out in left center field to record the out. It didn't look like he was going to get there. It didn't even look by his body language like he was going to get there, but he was able to haul it in for the out. So 3 flyouts get Ryan Luchuk out of the third. 1, 2, 3, as we'll head to the 4th inning with the Grey Wolves still leading 2-0 here on Grey Wolves Live.
Turn a double play with the Gresham Grey Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know who would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a howlin' time. Your partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a howlin' time.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here, as Josh Adams will step into the batter's box for the Grey Wolves from the left-handed batter's box side. The right fielder for the Grey Wolves making 2 fantastic defensive plays there in the bottom of the 3rd inning. here as the Grey Wolves head to the top of the fourth, leading 2-0. Grey Wolves scoring both runs in the first inning after Dylan Doherty and Jack Johnson walked, and Ryan Smith then doubled, scoring both runners. Josh Adams swings at the first pitch. Foul territory. Two players converging on it, but it's going to get down. A foot first slide by the third baseman, Ciancio, right before Chapin runs over the top of his leg. So a little bit of defensive confusion there, but both players hustling for the ball as the ball falls in foul territory for a strike. Josh Adams now with an 0-1 count against Jordan Reagan from Western Nevada, the lefty. He'll deliver. Josh Adams will swing at the second pitch, the 0-1 pitch, and it's going to be a fly out, pop out to the third baseman, Ciancio, as Josh Adams will be sent back to the dugout after two pitches. This brings up Mark Cardinale out of UC Davis. Mark Cardinale flying out to center field in his last at-bat in the second, as he's going to look at a first pitch that's going to be called strike. Low in the zone, but a called strike here in the fourth inning. 1 out, 0-1 count, as the 0-1 pitch is blasted down the left field line. It banks off the top of the wall, quickly brought in by the left fielder, Sita, but not in time to get Cardinale at second base, as he's going to get into second base with a double, as that one was just 1 foot shy of getting out of here as it hit the top of the wall. That ball got to the wall in a hurry here, but unable to get out, as Mark Cardinale gets into second base with a double here in the fourth inning. Matt Carroll, the catcher, will step into the batter's box. Grounded out to third base in his last at-bat, as he looks at a pitch high for ball number 1.
Now on the third base side, selling 50-50. The rules are really simple now. Once he starts selling, you cannot buy a beer unless you have proof of 50-50 purchase.
Matt Carroll now with a 1-0 count, 1 out, as he's going to swing and foul the 1-0 pitch into foul territory, right into a cluster of fans, young fans down there in the metal bleachers right behind home plate, as it lands just in between a couple families. It's going to be a 1-1 count now with 1 out. As Matt Carroll will get ready to step into the batter's box again. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, as the 1-1 pitch is fouled into the inning again. Matt Carroll wearing number 35 out of the Columbia University. Just finishing up his sophomore year at Columbia. The 6'2" catcher, 200 pounds, as the 1-2 pitch gets away from the catcher, Chapin, able to track it down without Cardinale moving to third base. But Carroll evens up the count. 2-2 now, facing Jordan Reagan, the 6'2" lefty. 6'2" pitcher facing off against the 6'2" catcher. As a 2-2 pitch is swung on, lined in the center field, but Chandler Robertson's going to get underneath it, and Cardinale quickly moving to third base on the tag, as Chandler Robertson falls down on the throw. Unfortunate that Chandler Robertson didn't fall down before he threw the ball, as Mark Cardinale could have scored on the play. But a sacrifice fly moves Cardinale over to third, as Michael Breen will step into the batter's box. With 2 outs in the inning, and Mark Cardinale at third base after his double with 1 out. Michael Breen singles, left side, and Mark Cardinale is going to trot into score as Michael Breen will round first base, then head back to the base after singling and scoring Mark Cardinale. So Grey Wolves lead 2-0 here in Kelowna with 2 outs.
Back to the top of the order for the Grey
As the Grey Wolves have scored 4 runs in 2 games with 2 outs here in 3 different innings. Bringing up Dylan Doherty, the leadoff batter for the Grey Wolves, with Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. on deck. See if the Grey Wolves can get a rally going. The first pitch is a curveball in the dirt. Ball number 1, Dylan Doherty putting up his right hand, telling Michael Breen not to go. The left-handed Doherty. Dylan Doherty listed at 5'10", 185 out of the Cal Poly. Just finished up his freshman year as he will look at a fastball low for strike number 1. So it's going to be a 1-1 count. 2 outs with Michael Breen at first base, 8 stolen bases, so look for Michael Breen here. See if he can get something going and put some hurt and some stress on the Kelowna Falcons defense and pitching staff and catcher as the 1-1 pitch is slapped into foul territory past the bullpen of the Grey Wolves down the third baseline. It's a 1-2 count now. 2 outs, Michael Breen. As the curveball gets Dylan Doherty right behind the right leg, so it's going to be a free base for Doherty and a free base for Michael Breen moving up on the hit by pitch.
Next up for Gresham,
Brings up Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. after Michael Breen was hit by his pitch. Dylan Doherty was hit by a pitch, moving Michael Breen to second base on that hit by pitch. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. now in the batter's box. Singled in his last at-bat in the third, as he's going to foul one off here down the first baseline. Everybody will go back to their respective bases. And Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will get back into the batter's box. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. sees the 0-1 pitch high for ball number 1. A fastball just missing. Evening up the count 1-1. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. hitting .330 on top of him. As the count is now 2-2. And it's going to be a curveball inside that Chapin gets to his knees and smothers. It's going to be a full count now. Runners on first and second and 2 outs as the Grey Wolves lead 3-0 here. Scoring a run in the inning. That's Mark Cardinale after he doubled, then moved over to third base on a fly ball. And Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is going to single. It's going to get just past the second baseman, Lacrone. And Michael Breen is going to come in to score, and Dylan Doherty is going to go into third base. So 2 more runs and another crooked number put up on the scoreboard by the Grey Wolves here as Michael Breen scores on that single by Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. Michael Breen scoring from second base. So everybody moves up 2 bases, and Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. moves to first base after the single through the right hole. Jack Johnson in the batter's box. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. steals second base, but the pass ball gets past the catcher, and Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is going to take third base. The throw from the catcher, Chapin, is not in time to the third baseman, Ciancio, as Dylan Doherty is going to get home on the passed ball. And Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is going to get to third on the pass ball as well, as the catcher Chapin was unable to make a decision quickly after Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. stole second base and then moved to third on the wild pitch. So Grey Wolves scoring 3 runs in this one as the second pitch from Reagan is a called strike, so it's going to be a 1-1 count to Jack Johnson. University of Washington, native of Seattle, Washington, decided to play and stay at home. The 1-1 pitch is upstairs for ball number 2, so it's going to be a 2-1 count as the scoreboard operator is behind a pitch with Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. at third base after the stolen base and the wild pitch by Reagan. Jack Johnson swings and misses at the 2-1 pitch. It's going to be a 2-2 count now. Reagan comes set, pitches, and Jack Johnson will chop a two-hopper to the shortstop, Tevin Mitchell, and is going to get Jack Johnson at first base.
Fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba-dum bum bum bum.
For 10 years by Kelowna and Fred.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball after the Grey Wolves put up a 3-spot up on the board. Here in Kelowna, now leading the Kelowna Falcons 5-0. As the Grey Wolves pitcher Rylan Luchuk comes out to begin the bottom of the 4th inning. Facing off against number 18, Vaughn Chapin. The first pitch from Ryan Luchuk is a strike out of part of the plate that Chapin was not happy about. It's going to be an 0-1 count now. 0-1 pitch is outside for ball number 1. The 1-1 pitch is Ryan Luchuk shakes off a sign from Caro. Is going to be laced up the middle for a single, a leadoff single for Vaughn Chapin here in the 4th inning.
Next up for your Kelowna Falcons, the right fielder from the University of California, Riverside.
Brings up UC Riverside product A.J. Sawyer. Ryan Luchuk looking over at first base over his shoulder and delivers to Sawyer. It's going to be high for ball number 1. A good cushion here for Ryan Luchuk at Corbin University as the 1-0 pitch is fouled into the high netting here. Ryan Luchuk 1-1 count and is going to throw over to first base quickly to keep Vaughn Chapin there. Ryan Luchuk coming set here with a 1-1 count, and it's going to be outside the fastball, just missing. 2-1 count now for the Corbin University pitcher. The 2-1 count is in the dirt, smothered by Matt Caro, keeping Chapin at first base. So it's going to be a 3-1 count now. No outs with Chapin over at first base. A.J. Sawyer, the right fielder. 3-1 pitch is a fastball. It's going to clip the black on the outer part of the plate for strike number 2. It's going to be a full count now for Ryan Luchuk facing off against A.J. Sawyer. No outs in the inning, and Vaughn Chapin at first base after his single into right field. 3-2 pitch is a ball, as it looks like Vaughn Chapin was going to steal second base, but not called strike 3, much to the displeasure of Matt Caro.
The first baseman from Mount Hood Community College. Make some noise for Bowen Ogata.
That'll bring up Bowen Ogata, the first baseman, after the walk by A.J. Sawyer. The first walk given up by Ryan Luchuk, and only the second hit allowed here in the game by Rylan Luchuk. the third hit, as the Falcons got 2 hits in the second. First pitch from Ryan Luchuk to Bowen Ogata is low for ball number 1. One 0 count, facing Ogata out of Mount Hood Community College. 1-0 pitch is laced into left field, but they're going to hold every base runner at their bases. So just a single advancing everybody as Cardinale brings in the ball. Cut off by Jack Johnson, the third baseman, and Ryan Luchuk now in a big jam here as the bases are loaded and there are no outs on the scoreboard. Bringing up Max Carter out of Cal State Bakersfield. Max Carter finishing up his junior year, 5'11", 185. Wearing number 8, as he'll step into the batter's box. The right-handed batter's box, as the corners are in. Jack Johnson, the third baseman, and Nick Snyder, the first baseman, as the first pitch is low for strike number 1 from Ryan Luchuk. Dylan Doherty, the shortstop, and Michael Breen, the second baseman for the Grey Wolves, are deep in double play depth, as the corners are in. Corners preventing a run, as the 0-1 pitch is way outside for ball number 1. Cutting off a run in the corners and double play depth up the middle, attempting to thwart any big inning here that the Falcons can try to muster. 1-1 pitch is a curveball low for ball number 2. It's 2-1 now, no outs, bases loaded. Bases loaded, laced into center field. Ryan Smith is going to get it. He's going to throw the ball in, and nobody's going to advance on the throw. A great throw in shallow center field by Ryan Smith. Keeps everybody where they are, so it's going to be 1 out after the fly out to center field, and Ryan Luchuk gets a necessary out there with the bases loaded and no out. So now he can get out of the inning with a double play, as the corners will stay in, and the middle infielders will stay in double play depth, as number 38, Brent Sita, will come in to the batter's box. Vaughn Chapin at third, AJ Sawyer at second, and Bowen Ogata at first base. And Brent Sita at the plate. He's going to swing and miss at a changeup outside for strike number 1. The 0-1 pitch is low for ball number 1, as Ryan Luchuk is now even in the count, 1-1, facing off against Brent Sita. Brent Sita singled in his last at-bat in the second, which moved Bowen Ogata to third base after Bowen Ogata had doubled. The 1-1 pitch is a called strike outside part of the plate for strike number 2, and it's going to be a 1-2 count for Ryan Luchuk, as Brent Sita will walk towards the third base coach and then come back to the batter's box. 1-2 count. Ryan Luchuk's chop third base side, and it's going to get past Jack Johnson, and they're going to wave around the runner, AJ Sawyer, from second base, and it's going to be a double down the line for Brent Sita as 2 runs come in to score for the Falcons, as Ryan Luchuk allows 2 runs here in the inning. 1 out. Runners on second and third base now.
Keep the noise happening from Seattle University, third baseman Michael Ciancio.
So it's 5-2 now after the 2 runs scored by the Falcons. Runners on second and third, bringing up Michael Ciancio, the third baseman for the Falcons. 1 out, as the middle infield is a little bit closer, but not in on the grass like the corner infielders are for the Grey Wolves. As the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Ciancio, and it's going to be strike number 2 after the called strike. So it's going to be 0-2, 1 out, and Ryan Luchuk really needing a strikeout here as the stress would come off his shoulders a little bit, knowing he only needs 1 out with runners on second and third instead of just 2 outs, as the 0-2 pitch is lined over the top of the runner at third base. Bono got his head in foul territory. Still 0-2 to Ciancio from Rylan Luchuk. Ryan Luchuk coming set, and he'll deliver, and it's going to be another foul ball, this time on down the first baseline. So 4 pitches and essentially 4 strikes, as Ciancio has fouled off 2 straight pitches here in the at-bat, facing off against Ryan Luchuk for the Grey Wolves. 0-2, it's going to be high and out of play over the top of the netting and landing just in front of the press box here in Kelowna, Canada. If you haven't been to Kelowna, it's a really cool town. It's a big town, about the same size as Gresham, just over 100,000 people. It's set in between high hills as the 0-2 pitch is swung on, smothered by Carroll. He's going to look over at third base and then throw over to Nick Snyder at first. So a strikeout swinging 2-3 put out. Gets the second out of the inning for Rylan Luchuk, bringing up Tevin Mitchell, the shortstop for the Falcons. Bringing up Tevin Mitchell, and the UC Santa Barbara college teammates with Josh Adams, team that made that historic run, that miraculous run to Omaha. First trip to Omaha in school history for the Gauchos, as the first pitch is a called strike outside, but called strike for Rylan Luchuk just off the plate, as Tevin Mitchell for the Falcons is now looking at an 0-1 count against Rylan Luchuk. Rylan Luchuk trying to get out of this inning with just 2 runs scored, as the 0-1 pitch is fouled into the netting here. Aside from the first inning score, where the Grey Wolves scored 2 runs, the scoreboard looks identical to the way the scoreboard looked last night, as the Grey Wolves scored 3 in the 4th, and then the Falcons scored 2 in the 4th as well. As the 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed high at the letters, as Ryan Luchuk will go back to the dugout along with his teammates here after 2 runs are scored, but the Grey Wolves still lead 5-2 here in Kelowna, Canada. We'll head to the 5th inning here as the Grey Wolves lead 5-2. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Osland Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark!
Turn a double play with the Gresham Grey Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know who would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a howlin' time.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here as a new pitcher is on the hill for the Falcons. It's number 30, Riley Moore, out of Washington State University. And he will be teammates for the Cougars with the Grey Wolves pitcher, David Wallum, as he is going to be playing at Washington State University. David Wallum, the 6'7" righty for the Grey Wolves, who just finished up his first season of college ball at Lynn Benton Community College. As a little happy birthday to David Wallum. It's his birthday today, so David Wallum turned 19 and at midnight last night, and he's going to celebrate with his teammates tonight again, as the Grey Wolves won last night 3-2, and the Grey Wolves are leading here 5-2. As Ryan Smith will step into the batter's box for the Grey Wolves. Ryan Smith with a double and a walk so far in the game, 1 for 1, as we head to the 5th inning. Ryan Smith not scoring yet so far this game, but scoring 2 runs, so he's got 2 RBIs on his double in the 1st inning, as he looks at a first pitch strike from Riley Moore. Riley Moore comes set, delivers, 0-1 pitch. It's going to be a curveball that just gets the inside part of the plate. Righty on righty matchup here, as Ryan Smith is now down in the count 0-2. From the windup, Riley Moore, as Ryan Smith laces one, and it's going to get down over the top of Chandler Robertson's head. Trucking for 2 is Ryan Smith, and he's going to hold up and put on the brakes and go back to second base with another double for Ryan Smith, the Southern Illinois University man, as Ryan Smith is now 2 for 2 with 2 doubles in the game. So a good game here for Ryan Smith, as Nick Snyder will step into the batter's box, the number 5 batter for the Grey Wolves. Looking to get his bat going, as he's 0 for 2 tonight. Riley Moore comes set, a 1-hopper, high chopper to third base. It's going to be high over the throw of Ogata, but he jumps up, makes the catch, and comes back down on the bag just in time to get Nick Snyder. So Ciancio bailed out by Ogata's jumping catch. If Nick Snyder was a little bit faster, Nick Snyder might have been able to run that one down because of the high throw from Ciancio. Josh Adams now stepping into the batter's box.
Your beer batter.
As Josh Adams singled in the 2nd and popped up to the 3rd baseman. As the left-handed batter steps into the batter's box. UC Santa Barbara product. Just finished his junior year for the Gauchos, as he looks at a fastball outside for ball number 1. One ball and no strikes for Josh Adams, after Ryan Smith led off with a double for the Grey Wolves. Riley Moore has pitched in 12 innings, as the 1-0 pitch is grounded right at the shortstop, Tevin Mitchell, left side, and he's going to throw over to get Josh Adams in time for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 groundouts and a double are the 3 batters so far for the Grey Wolves, and how they have fared against Riley Moore. Excuse me, Riley Moore goes to Mount Hood Community College. For some reason I read Colby Neely's profile, as the first pitch to the new batter, Mark Cardinale, is a strike. Mark Cardinale doubled last time up and then scored in the 4th. He started the big inning for the Grey Wolves, scoring 3 runs, as the 0-1 pitch is a curveball in the dirt for ball number 1. Cardinale lacing one off the 326 sign down the 3rd baseline, just not getting over the fence, bouncing off the wall and coming back into play, as he's looking at a 1-1 count with 2 outs and teammate Ryan Smith over at third base as he's going to turn his shoulder in. And the curveball from Riley Moore is going to be inside for ball number 2. Riley Moore last pitch on July 5th against Wenatchee, pitching 1 inning, facing 3 batters. As the 2-1 pitch is going to be a check swing, but it's going to be a called strike. It's going to be 2-2 now with 2 outs, and the Grey Wolves are leading 5-2. As Mark Cardinale will step back into the batter's box, point his bat at the pitcher, and wave it around a couple times. And again, wave it around, waiting for the pitch from Riley Moore. 2-2 pitch is outside for ball number 3, so it's going to be a full count, 2 outs. And speedy Ryan Smith, the center fielder for the Grey Wolves, at third base now. Ryan Smith with 2 doubles in the game. As Mark Cardinale faces off against Riley Moore with a full count. This pitch, 3-hopper right at Tevin Mitchell, the shortstop. And it's going to be a throw over to first base to Ogata, and it's going to end the inning as Riley Moore gets out of the inning after a double by Ryan Smith for the Grey Wolves, but leaves them on as 1 runner is left on base. That is Ryan Smith after 3 straight groundouts to the left side, get Riley Moore out of the inning. Grey Wolves lead 5-2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Bum ba da dum da da dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford, where I'll donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Chandler Robertson, the center fielder for the Falcons, will step into the batter's box against Rylan Luchuk coming out in the 5th inning. As the scoreboard has gone back to 0 for some reason. Top of 5 as the first pitch from Rylan Luchuk is a ball. It's going to be a 1-0 count as second pitch from Rylan Luchuk is inside for ball number 2. Two-0 pitch from Rylan Luchuk is a called strike. As Rylan Luchuk now has a 2-1 count. 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled out of play over the top of the Grey Wolves bullpen and dugout. Take a little bit of a jog around Major League Baseball as the Seattle Mariners and Kansas City Royals just completed their game as the Royals beat the Mariners 4-3. As the 2-2 pitch is chopped foul towards first base. As Matt Caro takes his mask off and picks at his eyes a little bit. Might have gotten a little bit of dirt in his eyes as the home plate umpire will walk the ball back out to Rylan Luchuk. It's still a 2-2 count. Matt Caro gets the sign from pitching coach Ian Sanderson. Gives it out to Ryan Luchuk, and Ryan Luchuk will come set, delivered from the windup. 2-2 pitches, high pop fly. It's coming down quickly, and Dylan Doherty, the shortstop, is going to get underneath it on the left side for out number 1 here in the 5th inning. So Chandler Robertson has come up to the plate 3 times, and he's gone back to the dugout 3 times without reaching base. And that brings up Lane LeCrone, who is 0 for 2 tonight. Flew out to center in his last at-bat in the 3rd and popped up to the shortstop Dylan Doherty in the 1st. Minnesota Twins and the Rangers are going to the 8th inning. The Twins are leading 4-0 as the ball is hit through the hole to a diving effort by Jack Johnson and Dylan Doherty as the ball gets just past both players and into the outfield for a single by Lane LeCrone. So his first hit of the game. As Von Shapen will step into the batter's box for the Falcons with 1 out, and Lane LeCrone over at first base after his single. First pitch from Ryan Luchuk is a ball. Lane LeCrone with 1 stolen base as he takes off. It's a hit and run as the ball's going to be popped up. Foul territory. Carroll and Jack Johnson getting underneath it, and Jack Johnson's going to make the catch. So a little bit of a hit and run there by the Falcons, but it backfires as the ball is popped up in foul territory, and Jack Johnson's able to catch it. So 2 outs in the inning. As A.J. Sawyer will now step into the batter's box as he walked in his last at-bat in the 4th and came around to score on Brent Sita's double. The first pitch from Luchuk to Sawyer is a called strike at the knees. A.J. Sawyer hitting .323 for the Falcons. 31 at-bats, 10 hits, and 3 doubles. As the 0-1 pitch is skied into deep center field. But Ryan Smith is able to nonchalantly catch the ball over his shoulder and toss it back in after the 3rd out is recorded. So Rylan Luchuk does allow a hit, but leaves the base runner as A.J. Sawyer flies out to deep center field. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning here after the bottom of the 5th inning ends, as Riley Moore comes back out to deal for the Falcons here against the Gresham Grey Wolves. Your Grey Wolves lead 5-2 here on Grey Wolves Live. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Osland Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark!
Turn a double play with the Gresham Grey Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a howlin' time.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live. As Matt Carroll steps into the batter's box for the Grey Wolves here as the Grey Wolves lead 5-2. In the top of the 6th inning, Matt Caro 0 for 2 tonight, flying out to center in his last at-bat in the 4th as he looks at a first pitch ball inside. Flew out to center in the 4th and grounded out to third base in the 2nd are the 2 at-bats for Caro as he looks at a fastball up in the zone for ball number 2. Two-0 pitches high and outside for ball number 3 as Caro gets the count to 3-0 and will get the stop sign here with the 3-0 count, maybe showing fake bunt. And he will see 4 straight balls and he will take his shin guard off and trot down to first base after the 4-pitch walk. And Michael Breen will step into the batter's box for the Grey Wolves. Michael Breen singling in his last at-bat in the 4th inning. He was one of the 3 runs to score in the 4th as the Grey Wolves opened up the scoring 5-0 there in the inning. Ryan Luchuk then allowed 2 runs to score in the bottom half of the 4th, but the Grey Wolves still lead 5-2. The first pitch to Michael Breen from Riley Moore is fouled into the netting. Riley Moore taking his time back out on the mound as Matt Carroll will take his lead and extend his left hand down to the ground, and he's going to go back to the bag as Riley Moore will attempt to pick off Matt Carroll. Matt Carroll quickly getting back out into a lead, a very big lead over at first base. Right-handed pitcher Riley Moore looking back at Carroll, then delivering to Michael Breen, who's going to pop one up, foul territory, first base side, and first baseman Ogata is going to get over there and make the grab for out number 1.
Back to the top of the order for the Gresham Grey Wolves with their shortstop, Dylan Doherty.
Back to the top of the lineup, the Grey Wolves go as Dylan Doherty comes back out to the plate. He's scored 2 runs for the Grey Wolves as he's been walked and hit by a pitch. So only 1 at-bat technically for Dylan Doherty as he's gotten on base for free twice, and he's going to show bunt, but the ball's going to be outside for ball number 1. One count. Matt Carroll down at first base. Another back pick by Riley Moore to first base. And Matt Carroll will get off the bag very quickly again, kind of taunting Riley Moore, the pitcher. And another back pick as the first base umpire will extend his arms. It's the motion of safe. Still a 1-0 count to Dylan Doherty. Another back pick to first base, and Matt Carroll's going to get back safely again. Matt Carroll hitting 130. He has 0 stolen bases as Dylan Doherty is going to swing and foul the 1-0 pitch into the adjacent lot here to third base. Matt Carroll over at first base. Dylan Doherty now with a 1-1 count, 1 out. Grey Wolves leading 5-2. Matt Carroll extending his secondary. It's going to be slapped into center field. It's going to get down in front of Chandler Robertson, and Matt Carroll will put on the brakes at second base after Dylan Doherty singled. So Dylan Doherty is now 1 for 2 on the night. He's scored 2 runs after walking in the first and walking in the 4th by hit by pitch. As Carroll moves up a base.
G53-061. Just want to make sure we got those up there. G53-061.
So now there's runners on first and second for Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., who singled in the 3rd and the 4th. 2 singles for Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., a stolen base, and another stolen base. So 2 stolen bases for Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. and a wild getting to second base on a pass ball, wild pitch. We haven't gotten the official scoring as the official scorer sits down on the concourse and we are high up in the press box. First pitch is a called strike to Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. Runners at first and second. And Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is going to slap the next pitch he sees into foul territory. It's going to get past the stands deep in the first base, down the first baseline. And it's going to be an 0-2 count now here in the 6th inning. Carroll at second, Doherty at first, both getting their leads. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. sees a curveball, swings and fouls it off into the upper part of the netting here in Kelowna. Finish off those scores for you as the Royals walked it off in the 9th after Perez doubled to beat the Mariners. 0-2 pitch is fouled off again by Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. He's fouled off 3 pitches, seen 4 total pitches. The Braves are leading the Cubs in the 6th inning, 2-0. Phillies trail the Rockies in Colorado in the 8th inning. Rockies lead 11-2. Padres lead the Dodgers in the top of the 4th, 2-0. 0-2 pitch is outside, smothered by Chapin. Angels won in Tampa Bay, 5-1. Pirates lost in St. Louis, 5-1 to the Cardinals. The Blue Jays beat the Tigers 5-4 in Toronto. Yankees beat Cleveland in Cleveland 5-4. Mets beat the Nationals 9-7 in the Big Apple. The 1-2 pitch. It's another ball in the dirt, smothered by Chapin again. So it's going to be 2-2 now with 1 out. Grey Wolves lead 5-2. The scoreboard is still looking identical to what it did last night, except for the 2 spot that the Grey Wolves put up in the top of the 1st inning. The Athletics beat Houston in Houston 3-1 as the 2-2 pitch is in the dirt. Same location again from Riley Moore. And it's going to be a full count with 1 out in the inning to Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. Those are the only games so far being played. France beat Germany in the Euro Cup final. If you follow soccer at all, France hosting the soccer tournament this year. And it's going to be a 3-2 pitch to Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. He's going to toss his bat back towards first base, and he's going to get towards third base. He's going to get rung up on the play as he slaps his elbow guard into his bat, walking back towards the dugout. With 2 outs in the inning now, getting called looking.
Toronto Blue Jays 5. Jason really gets the win. Osuna gets the save.
So it's going to be France against Portugal in the Euro Cup final in France, as Cristiano Ronaldo and company make it to a final for the first time. The first pitch to Jack Johnson, the new batter, is a curveball. It doesn't break, and it's going to be upstairs for ball number 1. One 0 pitch is going to be a fastball. Stomach high, called strike to Jack Johnson. Game time is 8:13 right now here in Kelowna. As the skies are still gray, the sun is setting, the lights are on. The 1-1 pitch is outside. A back pick to try to get Dylan Doherty again. The same kind of situation as Ogata kind of tackles Dylan Doherty to the ground. But Dylan Doherty is safe at first base on the attempted back pick by Chapin to Ogata. It's 2-1 now to Jack Johnson. And it's going to be a curveball low for ball number 3. So it's going to be a 3-1 count. As Jack Johnson, the right-handed batter, will step back into the batter's box. With 2 outs and runners at first and second, Riley Moore will pick up his left foot and turn towards second base to keep Matt Carroll over at second, the catcher for the Grey Wolves. 2-1 pitch. 3-1 pitch is a called strike, so it's going to be a full count, 2 outs. As the umpire puts up 3 balls and 2 strikes on his hand, as the scoreboard is incorrect again. It's Jack Johnson now looking at the payoff pitch from Riley Moore. The runners at first and second. Riley Moore looking back at second base twice. The runners are going to go, and it's going to be put down the hole, and Matt Carroll's going to be coming around third base. The throw in from the left fielder is going to be in time to get Matt Carroll at home plate. He kind of stuttered going into third, and he took a wide turn at third base all the way home, and he was thrown out by the left fielder Sita at the plate. So it's going to be a single for Jack Johnson, but it's going to be a 7-2 putout after the assist by the left fielder Sita throws out Matt Carroll trying to score from second base on the single by Jack Johnson. Score is still 5-2 here in Kelowna as the Grey Wolves lead the Kelowna Falcons. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live as Rylan Luchuk comes back out for the bottom of the 6th inning.
You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum. Come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live as Rylan Luchuk comes back out to the mound to begin the bottom of the 6th inning as the Kelowna Falcons will send Bowen Ogata to the plate. He's 2 for 2 tonight. He's singled and doubled in the game. Doubled in the second and singled in the fourth. He has not scored a run. But he did move to third base on a double by Brent Sita. First pitch from Rylan Luchuk is a ball outside. Grey Wolves lead 5-2. The 1-0 pitch outside again for ball number 2. Gresham Grey Wolves' neighbor and friends, the Salem Kaiser Volcanoes, had to cancel their game tonight and move it to a doubleheader tomorrow evening after rain picked up in this Willamette Valley down in Oregon. 2-2 pitch. High upstairs curveball doesn't break as Ryan Luchuk throws his head back in disgust with that pitch. So Corvallis wins another one in that 7-inning ball game. The Walla Walla Sweets are beating the Bend Elks in Bend 4-2. And it's a 3-2 pitches laced into shallow right field, and Josh Adams has been reading these pitches, these hits off the bat very well tonight, and was running again before the ball was even hit as he was on his horse quickly to retrieve that ball as Bowen Ogata flies out to right field to begin the 6th inning. The Victoria Harbor Cats and the Cowlitz Bears is postponed due to rain as the first pitch from Rylan Luchuk to Max Carter, the designated hitter, is swung on and fouled into the glove of Matt Carroll. The second pitch is knee-high for strike number 2. It's going to be 0-2 with 1 out here for Rylan Luchuk. Kitsap and Bellingham at top of the 5th inning, and Kitsap is leading 2-1. The 0-2 pitch slapped foul just past the bag as the third pitch is fouled off by Max Carter. And the Grey Wolves here are leading the Kelowna Falcons 5-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. As the 0-2 pitch is gonna get Max Carter. A great pitch there from Ryan Luchuk gets Carter looking, as Ryan Luchuk has gone 2 up, 2 down so far and will face off against Brent Sita, the left fielder who made that fantastic throw to get Matt Caro at the plate in the last inning. The single by Jack Johnson was a slow roller into left field after it gotten past the third baseman and the shortstop. Sita made a fantastic throw to the plate, about 6 feet off the plate, up the line, as the first pitch to Sita is a called strike by high. The catcher Chapin catching the ball on a one-hop and applying the tag as Caro tried to avoid the tag. 0-1 pitch is a changeup, swung on and missed by Sita, the left fielder, as it's now an 0-2 count with 2 outs in the inning here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and nobody's moving in the Grey Wolves dugout. Nobody's moving in the Falcons dugout as the 0-2 chaser here in Kelowna, Canada. Your Gresham Grey Wolves baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
Bum ba da dum da da dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Ryan Smith steps into the batter's box for the Grey Wolves here in the top of the 7th inning. Grey Wolves lead 5-2. And Ryan Smith is having a heck of a game tonight. 2 for 2 with a walk. And 2 RBIs as the first pitch he sees his way outside for ball number 1. Second pitch is strike outside. Belt high, making the count 1-1 now. Grey Wolves scored 2 runs in the first and 3 in the fourth. And the scoreboard looks identical as the 1-1 pitch is low and outside for ball number 2. The only blemish from last night's scoreboard that's different than tonight's scoreboard is a 2 spot the Grey Wolves put up in the first inning. As the 2-1 pitch is a called strike. Grey Wolves started it off after Dylan Doherty led off the game and the inning in the first with a walk. Then Jack Johnson walked after Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. had moved Doherty to second base. The 2-2 pitch is a curveball swung on and missed by Ryan Smith, and he's going to be frustrated with the calls that the home plate umpire called on that at bat. Twirl his bat around and head back to the dugout. Nick Snyder now up. Nick Snyder's 0 for 3 tonight, grounding out to the third baseman, lining out into a double play in the first and flying out in the third, the center to the right fielder, as the first pitch he sees is a called strike, belt high. Oh, 1 pitch is fouled into the top of the netting here. 0-2, 1 out. 5-2 lead for the Grey Wolves as the 0-2 pitch is left center field, deep left center field, as Chandler Robertson is able to haul that one in. As Nick Snyder is set down again in the game.
Next up for the Grey Wolves.
Josh Adams now into the batter's box, the right fielder for the Grey Wolves, wearing number 32 out of UC Santa Barbara. UC Santa Barbara getting into Omaha in a super regional against Louisville, winning the first game after their ace pitched very well in the opener and then walked off on a walk-off grand slam down 3-0 in the bottom of the ninth. Josh Adams swings through the first pitch he sees. It's going to be 0-1. A little bit of an off-speed pitch there that Josh Adams was just in front of. UC Santa Barbara beating Louisville, the number 2 national seed, on a freshman pinch hitter walk-off grand slam in the bottom of the ninth inning against Louisville. 0-1 pitch is inside and gets all the way to the backstop. 1-1 count now. Josh Adams will step back into the batter's box. Riley Moore will step off the mound and the rubber. The right-hander from Mount Hood Community College in Sherwood, Oregon. Mount Hood Community College in Gresham, Oregon. As Riley Moore played his prep baseball, high school baseball in Sherwood, Oregon. As the 1-1 pitch is fouled into the netting, it's going to be 1-2 now. 2 outs. Grey Wolves lead 5-2 still. All 7 runs in this game being scored within the first 4 innings as the 1-2 pitch is inside. It's going to be a called strike, and Josh Adams is not happy about it, slamming his helmet on the ground, his shin guard on the ground, and his elbow guard on the ground, taking his batting gloves off and putting him inside of his helmet as a Grey Wolves teammate comes out to collect his stuff, and he's going to go back out to right field as Rylan Luchuk comes back out for the bottom of the 7th inning. As there is going to be a little bit of a change as the manager for the Kelowna Falcons comes out and discusses lineups with the home plate umpire. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live, as the Grey Wolves lead 5-2 here in Kelowna.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark!
Turn a double play with the Gresham Grey Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a howlin' time.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball. As Jesse Moore is going to step into the right-handed batter's box. Number 24, pinch hitting for Michael Ciancio. The first pitch he sees is going to be a called strike, facing off against Rylan Luchuk, the Grey Wolves starter, who's still in the ballgame for your Gresham Grey Wolves. 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. A changeup missed by Jesse Moore. Jesse Moore hitting .326, 43 plate appearances, 14 hits as the 0-2 pitch is fouled off behind him towards the third baseline. Jesse Moore has played in now 18 baseball games for the Falcons. Struck out 9 times as the 0-2 pitch, the chaser pitch, is outside. Jesse Moore with 2 doubles, 6 RBIs, Has earned 4 walks. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Curveball. Ryan Luchuk still throwing his head back when that curveball doesn't make it to the plate all the way.
See how many people get up?
2-2 pitch swung on, fouled over the top of the netting. As the count is still 2-2 against Ryan Luchuk. We will let you know where Jesse Moore goes after this at bat. Came in from Michael Ciancio, third baseman, as the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3 for Jesse Moore, bringing up
Put your hands together for Max Carter. My apologies. Next up for your Kelowna Falcons, from Mount Hood Community College, put your hands together for JT Williams.
now up another pinch hitter, JT Williams, wearing number 6. Out of Mount Hood Community College. He's going to swing at the first pitch he sees. Dylan Doherty left side. And the throw is going to be in time to get Williams at first base. A great, strong throw. Dylan Doherty showing off his arm over at shortstop. It was a slow hit grounder. Dylan Doherty did not crowd and jump on top of and rushed in on. Made a strong throw to Nick Snyder, and Nick Snyder was able to reach it for the second out of the game and the inning, of the inning. The fans were not happy about the call as another pinch hitter comes into the game. That's Chandler Robertson still. As the first pitch is outside for ball number 1. Second pitch is outside for ball number 2. The 1-0 pitch is outside again, so it's going to be 2-0 now, 3-0 now, as the scoreboard continues to be lagged behind. As it looks like it actually might be Joey Crunkleton. Yep, Joey Crunkleton is the pinch hitter for Chandler Robertson. He's going to go over to first base after a 4-pitch walk.
Looks up for your Kelowna Falcons. Come on, Kelowna, make some noise for second baseman Lane LaCrone.
Lane LaCrone now into the batter's box after Crunkleton's walk, the 2-out walk. Lane LaCrone, the second baseman, will step into the batter's box, and he's going to look at a first pitch strike. Oh, 1 count, 2 outs. 0-1 pitch is swung on. Fly ball left field, and Mark Cardinale is going to get underneath it for out number 2. So the walk doesn't hurt Rylan Luchuk. So the left on base is 1 runner. No runs, no hits, no errors, and that 1 runner is left on base after the walk. That's Joey Crunkleton, as the Grey Wolves will head to the top of the 8th inning, leading the Kelowna Falcons 5-2. As Riley Moore comes back out for another inning of relief pitching here in the 7th inning. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is at home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Bum ba da dum da da dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, rats, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford, where I'll donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here as Riley Moore finishes up his warm-up pitches here as the Grey Wolves look to extend their lead, leading the Kelowna Falcons 5-2. Mark Cardinale will step into the batter's box for the Grey Wolves here in the 8th inning. Mark Cardinale looks at a first pitch strike, belt high for strike number 1. Second pitch is a curveball that just clips the plate for strike number 2. Mark Cardinale amazed by that call as he trots back towards the dugout a little bit and then comes back to the batter's box. 0-2 count. Riley Moore coming set, delivering. It's going to be a hard grounder, shortstop, left side. Mitchell is going to make a throw, and it's going to be in time to get Mark Cardinale.
Next up for Gresham, catcher, Matt Caro.
Matt Caro now in to bat for the Grey Wolves. First pitch from Riley Moore is low for ball number 1. Looks like Joey Crunkleton, who went in for Chandler Robertson, will stay in center field. JT Williams is at shortstop for Tevin Mitchell as the 1-0 pitch is a called strike to Matt Caro. 1-1 now. And Jesse Moore will stay at third base. One pitch is another called strike, a slider over the heart of the plate for strike number 2. The 1-2 pitch is a curveball inside. Strike number 3 called as Matt Carroll will go back to the dugout looking on pitches.
Next up for the Grey Wolves, our second baseman, Michael Breen.
Michael Breen now up to bat. Michael Breen from San Jose State, and he's going to look at a first pitch fastball knee at the knees for strike number 1. The 1 pitch is another strike at the knees, strike number 2. As the second baseman from San Jose State University is now on the hole 0-2 for the Gresham Grey Wolves. Riley Moore's pitch is low and in the dirt for ball number 1 to Michael Breen. The 1-2 pitch is outside. It's going to be 2-2 count now as Michael Breen has evened up the count after seeing 2 straight strikes. The 2-2 pitch is low. It's going to be ball number 3 as Michael Breen sees 2 straight strikes and then 3 straight balls with 2 outs in the inning, and Michael Breen looking to be the first base runner of the inning. He's going to swing and slap the first full count pitch into center field, and it's going to be a 2-out single for Michael Breen here in the top of the 8th inning.
Back to the top of the order with shortstop.
That'll bring up shortstop Dylan Doherty, the number 1 batter for the Grey Wolves, as the left-handed batter and shortstop will step into the batter's box. Michael Breen's going to take off towards second base. He's going to get down, and the ball's going to get past the shortstop, number 5, Williams, and he's going to trot into third base. Michael Breen with a stolen base, and then an E2. As the first pitch to Dylan Doherty was a ball. As Michael Breen now has 9 stolen bases on the season. And is now on third after the E2. 1-0 pitch is inside, strike number 1 to Dylan Doherty. Dylan Doherty hitting .214 on the season with 9 hits and 42 at-bats. And he has 1 hit tonight as he singled in the 6th, and he's going to look at the 1-1 pitch inside again for strike number 2 from Riley Moore. Grey Wolves lead 5-2. Michael Breen bluffing at third base. That's going to be grounded up the middle, up the chest, and that's going to be a hit as Williams was unable to gather that one in, and Michael Breen's going to score from third base as Dylan Doherty gets on to first with a single.
Next up for the Grey Wolves, their designated hitter, Jeffrey Mitchell.
As Michael Breen comes in to score on the play. As Dylan Doherty attempted back pick by Riley Moore is not in time to get the speedy Dylan Doherty at first base. First pitch to new batter Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. swung on and fouled into the glove of Chapin.
Oh, yeah.
0-1 pitch is a called strike. As Riley Moore has now gotten an 0-2 count against Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., the designated hitter for the Grey Wolves. The 0-2 pitch is high and outside for ball number 1. Dylan Doherty at first base after he singled up the middle. The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt for ball number 2, as it was officially scored an E6, not a single. And as I said, the official scorer is sitting on the concourse as he would be just like a normal fan. He's sitting at a table. Dylan Doherty takes off, and that one's going to be in time, unfortunately, as Dylan Doherty, the throw from Chapin was on the money, and Dylan Doherty just slid into the tag as the glove didn't move an inch, as Dylan Doherty slides right into the glove of Williams as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning after the Grey Wolves tack on a run, but leave no base runners. Dylan Doherty is thrown out on the base paths. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. Grey Wolves lead 6-2. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Request your appointment today at Gresham Pediatric Dentistry.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
Turn a double play with the Gresham Grey Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know who would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during their inaugural season, Derek Hardy at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a
Welcome back to Grey Wolves baseball as Michael Clark will relieve Rylan Luchuk on the mound. Michael Clark out of Cal Poly. Cal Poly playing against Grand Canyon University this season. Team where Gabe Benavides, current teammate on the Grey Wolves, is also a pitcher. He pitched on July 3rd against the Walla Walla Sweets as Michael Clark comes onto the mound for his first relief inning of the game. Rylan Luchuk lasted 7 full innings, allowing only 2 earned runs. As the first pitch from Michael Clark to Max Carter is a ball low. The 1-0 pitch gets number 18, Vaughn Chapin, not Max Carter, in the shoulder, and it's going to be a hit by pitch for Chapin. Matt Carroll will go talk with Michael Clark on the mound, the 18-year-old. Michael Clark finishing up his freshman year at Cal Poly, listed at 6 foot, 195, the right-handed pitcher. Facing off against A.J. Sawyer. First pitch to A.J. Sawyer is belt high for strike number 1. A.J. Sawyer 6'1". Big body though, wide frame, 6'1". As Michael Clark will attempt to backpick Vaughn Chapin, but it's not in time. It's a high strike there to the 6'1" batter, as Michael Clark will come set on the mound, wearing his pants as long as they will go. They're short pants, as everybody on the team wears them at their knees. As the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed by A.J. Sawyer. O2 pitch, double play ball left side, and it's going to be a double play as Dylan Doherty collects it, underhand shovels it to Michael Breen at second base, and Michael Breen completes the double play by throwing it over to Nick Steiner at first base to get 2 outs in the inning, as 2 batters have gone to the plate, and 2 batters are now back in the dugout. As Bowen Ogata, the now third baseman, will step into the batter's box. It's going to be a first pitch strike to Ogata. When Jesse Moore came in to pinch hit for Michael Ciancio, Jesse Moore went to first and Bowen Ogata went over to third base. We saw Ogata start at third base last night as the 0-1 pitch is outside for ball number 1. Michael Clark, the 1-1 pitch, check swing, appeal by Matt Carroll to the first base umpire. The first base umpire waits until the home plate umpire asks for help and then puts up his hind in a fist and a flexing motion as to show that he did go around. So it's going to be 1-2 now as the 1-2 pitch is low for ball number 2. So it's going to be 2-2 now with 2 outs for Michael Clark, who's made 5 appearances for the Grey Wolves, all relief appearances. He pitched on the 4th of July against Walla Walla in a 10-9 win for the Grey Wolves as the 2-2 pitch is in the dirt, bounces into the mask of Carroll. It's going to be a full count now. He pitched 2 innings, Michael Clark, allowing 2 runs on 1 hit and a walk, facing 8 batters. He pitched on June 29th against Kitsap in a 4-1 win as the full count pitch is fouled off down the third baseline. Pitched 1 inning. He got the save and faced 3 batters in that game, striking out 2. And he pitched on June 25th against Wenatchee in a 3-8 loss as the Wenatchee Apple Sox beat the Grey Wolves 8-3. Pitched 2 1/3 inning, allowing 2 earned runs. As the full count payoff pitch again is fouled off, this time over the first base dugout. Pitched against Yakima in a 6-1 loss, 3 2/3 inning, allowing 1 run. Another payoff pitch swung on and fouled this time towards the third base coach for Kelowna. It's still a full count, 2 outs, as Michael Clark will look to get out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down after allowing a leadoff hit by pitch. Grounder, third base side. Jack Johnson collects it. Open hand, he lets it travel all the way across his body. Gets the ball in his left-handed glove and makes a throw with his right arm over to first base and to Nick Snyder to retire the side as the Grey Wolves will head to the top of the 9th inning, leading the Kelowna Falcons 6-2. The Grey Wolves looking to win Game 2 of the series. Here up 6-2 on Grey Wolves Live.
Having a good time down at the Lucky Pine, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pine is home of Gresham Grey Wolves. We honor service members with a 20% happy hour every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and fill up a growler. Come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham. Your locally owned place, craft beer, cocktails in Gresham.
Come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham.
You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious devils, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. And all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Mills at Gresham Ford, and getting a car such as you doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you won't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used cars you need without all the drama. If you are an adventure full of
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here in the top of the 9th inning. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will step back into the batter's boxes. He will get another chance at Riley Moore after Dylan Doherty was caught stealing in the top of the 8th inning. So Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. stepping in the top of the 9th as the first pitch he sees is a fastball outside for ball number 1. Riley Moore still out on the mound for the Falcons. His last appearance was July 5th against Wenatchee. Pitched 1 inning, facing 3 batters. All of his appearances have been relief innings. He got the win against Walla Walla back on June 9th as the first appearance for the Falcons, as the 2-1 pitch is a called strike, belt high. As the 1-0 pitch was a called a ball. 2-1 now. Curveball laced into right center field as Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will round first base with a single. And his second hit of the game after he walked.
Next up, third baseman Jack Johnson.
Yeah, his 3rd hit of the game. Excuse me, I was looking at Jack Johnson. 3 singles for Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. in the game. As the Grey Wolves will lead it off here in the top of the 9th inning, looking for even more insurance runs as Jack Johnson steps up to the plate. Singled in the 6th, popped up in the 3rd to the first baseman in foul territory, and walked in the 1st and scored in the 1st. First pitch he sees is letter high, ball number 1. Jack Johnson out of Seattle, Washington, goes to the University of Washington. He's a Husky in the Pac-12 Conference. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., the guy at first base, the 1-0 pitch to Jack Johnson is a strike, belt high. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., another Pac-12 player, plays for University of California Golden Bears in Berkeley, California. So 2 Pac-12 players on this Grey Wolves lineup. Both of them are freshmen. Jack Johnson redshirting as Riley Moore will try to pick off Jack Johnson at first base, but Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., but Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will trot back into first base safely. 1-1 pitch, sky deep into left field, hugging the line as Cito will come over and make the catch in left field for out number 1. That'll bring up Ryan Smith.
Next up, center fielder Ryan Smith.
The center fielder for the Grey Wolves. Ryan Smith has 2 doubles in the game. He's 2 for 3, and he walked in the third. So 1 out. Ryan Smith, the center fielder, with designated hitter Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. at first base after he singled to lead off the inning. 1 out. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. at first base, and Ryan Smith swings at the first pitch he sees, and it's going to be skied very high into left field, and Cita's going to come in and make the grab. Camped underneath it was Cita. 2 outs now after 2 fly balls and flyouts to left field. That'll bring up Nick Snyder. Nick Snyder is 0 for 4 tonight, looking to get a base hit here. Dylan Doherty started 0 for 4 last night before singling in the top of the 9th. See if Nick Snyder can do the same here for the Grey Wolves. 0-2. 0-0 count makes it 0 with 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes as the first pitch was called. The ball low. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed by Nick Snyder. It's going to be 1-1 now. Nick Snyder hitting .225 with 9 hits in the season on 40 at-bats. Struck out 14 times as he swings, and it's a swinging bunt. And it's going to be called a foul ball as it looks like Nick Snyder stepped on the ball, but the home plate umpire calls it a foul ball as the ball must have been in foul territory. It looked like the ball was still on top of the line. So Nick Snyder now 1-2 count. Nick Snyder 9 hits and a double and a home run. 1 of 2 home runs for the Grey Wolves this season. Jack Johnson, the other home run hitter for the Grey Wolves. Nick Snyder, a powerful bat. See if he can get it going. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. takes off, hit and run. Nick Snyder chops it shortstop. He's going to hustle down to first base, but it's going to throw from Williams is going to be in time to get Nick Snyder. As it looked like he was running with a little bit of discomfort there as the ground out ends the inning for the Grey Wolves and the 9th. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th inning as the Grey Wolves lead 6-2. Michael Clark back out on the mound for the Grey Wolves, looking for a save attempt here as the Grey Wolves lead 6-2 and are only up by 4 runs. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live. Max Carter is going to step into the batter's box. The right-handed batter will face off against right-hander Michael Clark for your Gresham Grey Wolves. here in the bottom of the 9th inning. As Max Carter will see the first pitch from Michael Clark, and it's going to be a fastball for a strike low in the zone. Gray Wolves lead 6-2, 0-1 count from Michael Clark. Swung on and missed by Max Carter, so it's going to be 0-2 as the Gray Wolves and Michael Clark need 3 outs to win the series, as the 0-2 pitch is way outside and way up high for ball number 1. Michael Clark coming set on the mound from the windup. It's going to be strike 3 called as Michael Clark gets Max Carter looking there knee high as Michael Clark watches the ball get thrown around the infield as Michael Clark gets a strikeout to begin the 9th inning.
Next up for your Kelowna Falcons, big number 3, make some noise for Kevin Morgan.
One out. Kevin Morgan in the bat, number 3 for Brent Sita. First pitch is a called strike. Second pitch, first baseline. Nick Snyder's going to get over to, hugging the line, and he's going to step on the bag for out number 2. So unassisted put out as Morgan grounds out to the first baseman, Nick Snyder. That'll bring up Jesse Moore.
Make some noise for big 24, Jesse Moore.
Jesse Moore looks at a first pitch letter high from Michael Clark, and it's going to be a ball. As Michael Clark and the Gray Wolves are down and just need 1 out here to win the ball game, up 6-2. Second pitch, 1-0 count, is a strike inside, belt high, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is scuffed foul. And that's a 1-2 count now. Michael Clark just needs 1 more pitch to end this game, as the Gray Wolves will look to win the series right here on this last pitch. 1-2 count. The pitch delivery is low. Michael Clark not getting the call as Matt Carroll digs that one out of the dirt. If the Gray Wolves win this ball game, they'll go for the series sweep in their first sweep of the season. And it's a 2-2 pitch is slapped behind over the top of the umpire's head to stave off that pitch. Gray Wolves looking for their first series sweep if they can win this ball game. Up 6-2 as Michael Clark with 2 outs. And Jesse Moore is going to get a single here with 2 outs. Is just going to get past Jack Johnson, ranging to his left, and get into left field. Mark Cardinale will throw it into Dylan Doherty. Dylan Doherty will throw it into Michael Breen. Michael Breen will throw it to Michael Clark.
Next up for your Kelowna Falcons, the second
That'll bring up
make some noise for JT Williams.
JT Williams, as it looks like Williams is now at second base and Lacrone is at short. A little bit of change defensively. Michael Clark comes set with the runner at first base, and he's going to be in the dirt. A wild pitch as Jesse Moore will trot into second base on that wild pitch. JT Williams hitting 154 in the season with 5 hits in 33 at-bats at a Mount Hood Community College. The 1-0 pitch is low for ball 2. As Michael Clark still with some room to spare, as the Gray Wolves have given him a 6-2 lead. 2-0 pitch is outside part of the plate, strike number 1. 2-1 count now. as Ryan Luchuk helped keep the Kelowna Falcons at bay again here, only allowing 2 runs to be scored. 2-1 pitch is slapped, and it's going to just get foul over the top of Nick Snyder's head and over the top of the first base umpire's head as Jesse Moore was rounding third base. It's going to be a 2-2 count now to JT Williams. Grey Wolves lead 6-2 here in the game. And the Falcons are down to their last strike. Grey Wolves looking to get a series win here, winning game 2 of the series after winning last night's game 3-2. 2-2 pitch is low for ball number 3, so it's a full count with 2 outs as Michael Clark and company will look to solidify the game and win this series with a game to spare. 3-2 pitch, delivery low. Ball 4. JT Williams will hustle over to first base after the walk.
Next up for your Kelowna Falcons, center fielder makes some noise for Joey Crunkleton.
That'll bring up center fielder Joey Crunkleton, but Ian Sanderson, the pitching coach, is going to go out and have a little chat with Michael Clark. Michael Clark and a Cal Poly from Rohnert Park, California. The 6-foot, 170-pounder righty pitched a total of 10 1/3 inning with 7 strikeouts. He's accumulated a 4.35 ERA. No decisions. He's given up 6 walks and 7 hits as the home plate umpire will go break up the meeting on the mound. Base runners will go back to their positions in their respective bags. JT Williams at first base after his walk. And Jesse Moore at second base after his single, and then moving over on a wild pitch, the first pitch to JT Williams from Michael Clark. First pitch, it's a ball, and it looks like the Falcons might not even be swinging at any of these pitches, just trying to get walks, but there's 2 outs, so they got to start doing something with their bats, as Michael Clark will just allow them to not swing, and he'll just start throwing the ball over the top of the plate. 1-0 is a called strike inside part of the plate for strike number 1. It's going to be a 1-1 count with 2 outs, and the Grey Wolves leading 6-2. So it's a 1-1 count. Facing off against Joey Crunkleton, playing in center field after a pinch hit in the 7th inning for Chandler Robertson. Chandler Robertson going 0 for 3 tonight. 1-1 pitch is outside part of the plate for strike number 2. So a 1-2 count with 2 outs. And Michael Clark again just needs 1 more pitch to end this ball game. The 1-2 pitch is way outside for ball number 2. 2-2 now. As the Grey Wolves are looking for their first series win since the win against Kitsap at the end of June and July 1st. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, swung on, slapped in the hole between the first baseman and second baseman. Josh Adams will throw it in, and it's going to be cut off by Nick Snyder, and the bases are loaded, and there's no movement in the Grey Wolves bullpen as Lane LeCrone will step into the batter's box at a Colorado State Mesa. Just finished his junior year. First pitch to Lane LeCrone is inside for ball number 1. As the Grey Wolves dugout erupts on that pitch, wanting a strike calls, kind of hassling the home plate umpire, and he probably had some room to talk right there because that one looked really good as the second pitch from Michael Clark is right down the middle for strike number 1. It's going to be 1-1, 2 outs, and the bases are loaded. And the 1-1 pitch is going to get down in left field. They're going to wave around the man from second base. JT Williamson is going to get in a score, so the Gray Wolves and Michael Clark have given up 2 runs here in the bottom of the 9th inning and are up 6-4 now.
Next up for your Kelowna Falcons, the catcher makes some noise for Vaughn Chapin.
That'll bring up Vaughn Chapin, the catcher. He'll get a little chat from the third base coach here with 2 outs.
Here we go.
As 4 runs tonight have been scored with 2 outs between the two teams. Now the team able to close the door with 2 outs as the first pitch from Michael Clark is in the dirt. The fans are getting a little bit louder here in Kelowna, knowing that their team has a chance, the way this inning has gone, of possibly tying this ball game or winning this ball game here in the bottom of the 9th. Gray Wolves will look to make sure that does not happen as the 1-0 pitch is upstairs for ball number 2.
Hi, boy, good eye, bud. Good eye.
Jack Johnson is crowding the line down the third baseline, as is Nick Snyder. No double right now, as the infielders are in the middle are a little bit in. Double play depth still, even though there's 2 outs, as the 2-0 pitch is called strike right down the middle. The outfielders for the Gray Wolves are in normal position. They're not shallow. They're not shaded in any direction. They're just straight away in normal depth. 2-1 count, swung on, fouled off, out of play down the first baseline. And it's going to be a 2-2 count. And Michael Clark has now gotten to 2 strikes with the last 4 batters. So Michael Clark looking to end this ball game here with a 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed way upstairs as the Gray Wolves win Game 2 and take the series from the Kelowna Falcons with a score of 6-4 after that strikeout. Michael Clark staying calm, allowing 2 runs, but getting out of this one. Gray Wolves lead wins 6-4. We'll take a short break here and come back for the post-game show after the Gray Wolves win 6-4. Rylan Luchuk gets the win as the Gray Wolves win 6-4. We'll talk about how the game went down and when the runs scored and the highlights of tonight's game and the player of the game here after this short break. You're listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball on Gray Wolves Live.
You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters you don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Mills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford, where I'll donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Ji-Young Lee has helped and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at Gresham Pediatric Dentistry.
Hey kids, the Gresham Gray Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop
Welcome to the Gresham Grey Wolves post-game show. Presented by Active Family Chiropractic, Edward Jones, Gresham Ford, Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, the Gresham Police Officers Association, Lucky Pint, Metro East Web Academy, Northwest Accounting Partners, Olympic Gym, Riverview Community Bank, and State Farm. And now, here's your...
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live after the Grey Wolves take Game 2 and take the series from the Kelowna Falcons here in Kelowna, Canada. The game score of 6-4. Rylan Luchuk getting the start for the Grey Wolves, going a full 7 innings before Michael Clark came in to finish it off, as Rylan Luchuk gets the win for the Grey Wolves, as the Grey Wolves put up 6 runs on the board. Grey Wolves started it off in the first inning, scoring 2, as Dylan Doherty walked Jack Johnson, then walked the number 3 batter for the Grey Wolves. And Ryan Smith brought them both home on a double to lead off the first inning and the game for the Grey Wolves, putting up a big 2-spot that ended up being a big part of this win. Grey Wolves then scored again in the 4th inning, putting up a 3-spot identical to last night's game, as Grey Wolves started with a double by Mark Cardinale. Michael Breen then singled, moving everybody up a base, and scoring Mark Cardinale after Cardinale had advanced to third on a fly out by Matt Caro. Dylan Doherty then got hit by a pitch, moving Michael Breen to second base. And Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. then singled, scoring both Michael Breen, and then Dylan Doherty scored on a wild pitch to complete the 3 runs for the 4th. Grey Wolves then scored a run in the 8th as well to cement the victory, putting up with the 6th run of the game, as Michael Breen singled and then stole second base while Dylan Doherty was at the plate. He moved to third base on an E2 on the throwing error while he stole second base, and then he scored on an E6 that Dylan Doherty reached first base on. And that's how the Grey Wolves scored their 6 runs. The Kelowna Falcons scored 4 runs of their own, 2 in the 4th and 2 in the 9th. A single by Vaughn Chapin, then moved over on a walk by A.J. Sawyer. Moved to third on a single by Bowen Ogata. And a double by Brent Sita scored A.J. Sawyer and Vaughn Chapin. Those 2 runs were accredited to Rylan Luchuk. Rylan Luchuk getting those 2 runs. His first 2 earned runs of the season, as his ERA goes up from 0. Michael Clark then allowed 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs, after Jesse Moore started off the inning with a single with 2 outs. JT Williams walked. Joey Crunkleton singled. Lane Lacrone singled. But Vaughn Chapin struck out to end the game, and Michael Clark's fastball up in the zone, and that's how the Grey Wolves won it, as the Grey Wolves won 6-4. We'll be back here tomorrow for Game 3 of this 3-game series, as the Grey Wolves will look to get a series sweep of the Kelowna Falcons here in Kelowna before traveling to Wenatchee, is what is scheduled for a Saturday morning departure after tomorrow night's game. Tomorrow's starter for the Grey Wolves has not been determined yet, as David Wallum will not be starting tomorrow night after he is getting an innings restriction by his new team. He just signed with Washington State, and today is his birthday, so happy birthday to David Wallum, and congratulations to the Grey Wolves winning 6-4 here in Kelowna. We'll be back here tomorrow night, same time, same place, as my broadcast, Fletcher Like, will be bringing you the action here on Grey Wolves Live, as the Grey Wolves will look for a series finale and win and a series sweep here in Kelowna. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball. Have a good night, everybody.